Those who have contacted the city manager's office by noon on Wednesday prior to the council meeting can speak at the beginning of the meeting on any topic not on the agenda. Only two people can speak on the same topic. Tonight we have two requests. Each individual is entitled to 5 minutes. Spencer Pearson.
Thank you, Mayor McDavid. Mayor McDavid and council members, I stand before you tonight charged with the very difficult task of representing the voices of hundreds of citizens, many of whom are gathered behind me here tonight. In fact, if you came for this issue, would you please stand? I speak tonight for those who have expressed their concern over actions taken by the Columbia Police Department SWAT team while serving a narcotics search warrant at the home of Jonathan Whitworth last February. I speak tonight on behalf of pet owners and animal lovers who can't understand why a group of heavily armed and armored men couldn't humanely subdue two housebroken dogs when animal control officers routinely handle some of the most aggressive and vicious animals in a safe and humane way. I speak on behalf of drug law reform activists who want an end to this misguided war on a plant that hasn't killed a single human being in recorded history. I speak for the neighbors who were told by officers that what they had heard that night was merely a training exercise and that no shots had been fired. I also represent defense attorneys who question the reliability of information from these so-called confidential informants who will say anything to get a reduced sentence or a cash reward. I speak tonight on behalf of taxpayers who wonder why so many precious resources of this city are being wasted to serve a simple narcotics search warrant that ended in just a $300 misdemeanor fine. And above all tonight, I bring you concerns of the hypocrisy of charging this man with child endangerment when the only real danger that child was in that night came from the guns being fired in his house and the emotional trauma of having his pet shot by policemen as he listened to their pain cries. When this video of the raid was released, it soon went viral, and since it has been viewed by over 1.2 million times by people all over the world. This event has put a stain on our city's name, but tonight I see hope. Each of you has a unique opportunity tonight to turn this unfortunate incident around and set a national example of excellent policing policies. The people of Columbia want to be able to lay to rest the confusion, hurt, anger, and fear they have felt because of this event and because of others similar to it. We want to be able to trust the police to protect us and to serve us. And we've come up with simple, straightforward policy changes, which Holly Henry will present to you shortly, that we believe will ensure incidents like this one won't happen again. Mayor McDavid, members of the council, the world is watching and waiting for your response on this issue. We will continue to bring our concerns to this council and to the Citizens Police Review Board until we believe that appropriate action has been taken. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Mr. Pearson.
Mr. Pearson spoke to the why. My name is Holly Henry. I'm a citizen of Columbia. I live at 410 Hearth, and I'm here to tell you the what. What some of the people in this room have represented to us is the action that they would like council to take on our behalf. The first thing is that we would request an independent investigation, that is, independent of the Columbia Police Department and Internal Affairs. Also, disclosure of any evidence and results of the investigation that can legally be released. These two items are necessary to restore the public trust and confidence in our police department. We want to work together as a community to heal this community from this incident that happened. The other thing that we would like is accountability for the mistakes. And by that, we don't mean to scapegoat the gentlemen and ladies who were there with the guns on that night who have been seen on the videotape. In some ways, they're minimally responsible. Yes, they should be held accountable for their actions because 7 shots fired at a dog, and particularly when there's a 7-year-old child who could have been in the crossfire, as was the case in Detroit just yesterday, is something we don't want to see happen again in Columbia. However, more than the people who were there, we're concerned about the shoddy investigation that took place. and the decision makers who approved the SWAT, the violent response, given that shoddy investigation. We ask that you hold them accountable. And finally, we need policy change to limit when SWAT may be deployed. And not only SWAT, but any violent response to a routine search warrant is inappropriate in our town. This is a good community, a strong community, and we want to believe in our police officers to be there to protect and serve. So what we want is to limit when violent tactics can be used. We'd also like to require video recording of any future deployments of SWAT. And we would like to request monthly reports on SWAT deployments in particular and any incidents in which violence was used to serve a warrant. Action by council is needed. As Mr. Pearson said, the world is watching. The gentleman from Ready just talked about this big impact jobs that are coming through. I don't want my town, and I don't think any of these people do, to be in the headlines around the country and on Fox News for this sort of thing. We want our community to be a strong community for years to come, and all of you have the ability to help us do that. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.